we just had our third child, and my father, the year I was born, started a construction company. He was a paving contractor. And my brother had taken it over, and I got into real estate back in '85. And I was a few years into real estate, and he asked if I could come in and help him with the business. So upstate New York, it's very seasonal. So
you were like a paving guy before you got into real estate?
Oh yeah, I never had a summer vacation.
Perfect experience for real estate.
I never had a summer vacation. But, so I'm literally running the pavement maintenance end of our company. I had bought a real estate company, Kavanaugh Realty, in '92. So I'm burning the candle at both ends. Our third child comes in '97. And I knew that I could not keep this pace up.
Okay, so hang on. You've got 3 kids.
Correct.
You're working in your brother's paving company, and you're selling real estate.
Correct.
So how are you doing all this?
Well,
so you knew something had to give.
Something had to be different. And I in the young age of my 30s, I came down, well, this is kind of goofy, but I came down with the sickness, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Like, yeah, here I am telling you I got irritable bowel syndrome. But that was 20-something years ago, so I'm over it now. But I go see the doctor.
So that's like a stress-induced illness.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I go see the doctor. I'm like going, what the hell is going on? And he what's your lifestyle? And I explain it to him. Now I'm going to go back to '98. I have a 2-way radio so I could be in contact with the work crew. I got the bag phone. That was our cell phones back then. And I got a weather station radio, trying to manage all this stuff, trying to watch the weather. He goes, you got too much on your plate. And I go, okay. So at the time, for a seasonal business, I was making about 35 grand with my brother, 40 grand depending on the year. I was doing about 35, 40 grand in real estate, so I'm making about 80, doing well. But I know there has to be a change. So I'm at a crossroads in my life. Do I give up real estate and go into the seasonal business, or do I do real estate? Well, I really love real estate. I love helping people with their real estate issues and problems, or helping buyers achieve the American dream. So I was searching for an answer, and I came across it back then in the Realtor magazine. It was work less than 40 hours a week, making $300,000 a year. That caught my eye. And so I read the article, and I called the 800 number, and I buy the Quantum Leap system. And when you put systems in place and you start to really understand leverage of people, marketing, technology, and your skill set gets stronger, you have a tendency to work less but make more. And because of that, that allowed me to be a really force of good in our community. I coached my kids in every sport. I never missed a school event. I talked to you about my son is in the business. The greatest compliment he ever gave us, he told his mother and myself, he goes, you guys never missed anything. And quite frankly, the kids in the community that were on the teams, if we were late to a game, would be going to my kids, where's your mom and dad? They were looking for us for the support on the sidelines. You know, when I was sitting here and back there and Rudy was talking, I was like, oh my God, Rudy is where he is because of this man. Craig talked to you about earlier, he's not in it for the money. Craig's at a stage in his life, he wants to impact people's lives. And when he impacts people's lives, like Rudy, like Debbie, like myself, Blake, we're now in a position to impact people's lives in our communities. Our communities are stronger because of us, because of the money we can give back, the time that we can give back. Rudy touched 3,000 kids' lives in Indonesia because he made a decision 6 years ago to follow the systems that Craig put together. And how many lives have been changed that all started with Craig? My life, yes, he deserves a hand for that.
Thank you.
My life has changed. I'm able to help Craig with his business. Rick and I were we were the first 2 coaches within his system that he elevated to a coach. As he said, we were his guinea pigs. Mm-hmm. And no truer words were said. And Craig realized who's any better than to help other members than members that are going through his system. And the reality is, some days, if you guys go along with this, one of these days you could be a coach, if it so fits into what you want to do. So I am blessed because I am able to touch people's lives through Craig's system. I touch people's lives in my community. My son, the greatest gift that I ever got with my son wanting to come into business with me because he can see the lifestyle that he had that my wife and I were able to give him and his two sisters. You know, you put one kid through college, would you say no to number two? I have three. So I sure as heck didn't say no to number three. But one of my goals when I got into Craig's system, I wanted to make sure, because you do put value on education to opportunity, and you hear about all these kids that have this debt coming out of college. My goal was that my kids would go through university or college, we say university in Canada, so I guess I'm part Canadian, I live by the border, or college, that they would be debt-free. My son, debt-free. My daughter, debt-free. My third daughter, who is going for a 5-year degree, she wants to be a teacher like her mom was, who's now retired. 5-year degree, you need a master's degree, will be debt-free because of Craig Proctor.
Thank you.
Okay? If you're serious about your career, because it will change your life. I've been on here 21 years. I've seen people come up on these stages that were sitting right where you were. Nothing gets me more excited when I'm working with a member who gets it and is killing it with it. You'll never find more giving people than the Proctor community. We give and give and give because this is a true profession. We have to treat it like a profession. And you'll laugh at this, but in every market we have idiots that have license that don't deserve to have a license. Would you agree with that? Okay. All right. You're here because you came for a reason. And I want you to think about this. Yes, you can leave here and you don't have to do it. Nobody's forcing you. It's an opportunity. But the one question that I did ask myself back in 1998, if I don't do this, then what am I going to do? Am I going back to the same old, same old? I had a goal. I had to find a way to free myself of the situation I was in, and coming here, Craig gave me the belief system that real estate was the way for me to do that. And folks, like Blake, I have a high school education. I don't have a college degree, but I will tell you this, I have a street degree, I have a real estate degree. No one ever said that education had to go in the four walls of a building. My mom always told me education is power. So whatever you want to do, become the best that you can be at it. We all have that ability here. I can assure you I make more money than professionals in my marketplace. And I owe that because of this man right here. But there are two words that really guide me. It's called attitude and action. If you have the right attitude and you take action, nobody can stop you.